Hi, welcome to class 12 chemistry. Today we are going to see organic chemistry, haloalkanes and haloarenes. This is part 3. Let us start with the preparation of haloalkanes. See, for the preparation of haloalkanes, we can start from alcohols. From alcohols, there are 3 methods for preparing haloalkanes. What are they? First method is adding PCl3 or PCl5, that is phosphorus trichloride and phosphorus pentachloride. The second one is halogen acids, that is HCl, HB or HI. The third one is thionyl chloride. Thionyl chloride means SOCl2. Okay. By adding these reagents, we can get haloalkanes. Let us start with alkyl chloride. In case of alkyl chloride, there are 3 alcohols, right? That is primary alcohol, secondary alcohol and tertiary alcohol. All the things we have seen in the previous part. In the primary alcohol, for preparing alkyl chloride, we have to add a catalyst, that is zinc chloride. For primary alcohol and secondary alcohol, to manufacture alkyl chloride, we have to add zinc chloride along with the HCl, so that this OH ions, OH group will be replaced by the chloride group. Okay. This is the first reaction. The second one is the tertiary alcohol. For tertiary alcohol, it does not require the presence of zinc chloride. On just adding the HCl and shaking itself, it will give the tertiary chloride. The second one is for the preparation of alkyl bromide. So far we have seen about the preparation of alkyl chloride. Now we are going to concentrate on alkyl bromide. In case of alkyl bromide, the alcohol is just treated with the HBr, and on constant boiling itself we can get the bromoalkane. For the preparation of iodoalkane, we will go to any type of alcohol, and that alcohol is actually added with hydrogen iodide and H3PO3, that is phosphoric acid, orthophosphoric acid, for getting iodoalkane. Here there is a question, why we are preferring this orthophosphoric acid for the preparation of iodoalkane? Why can't we use a sulfuric acid and all? The answer is, if we use sulfuric acid, means the sulfuric acid is generally an oxidizing agent. It oxidizes the iodoalkane and back to iodine. So we are avoiding sulfuric acid and instead we are using orthophosphoric acid. So I have completed these halogen acids, this PCl3 and PCl5, that is phosphorus trichloride and phosphorus pentachloride, just it will give the alkyl chlorides. It also gives tremendous amount of POCl3. It also gives tremendous amount of POCl3 in situ of the reaction. Rather, we can also use red phosphorus along with the halogen. This method is also used. That is, with the alcohol, red phosphorus and halogen is added, then we also get the alkyl halides. The third method is thionyl chloride. In case of thionyl chloride, the chloride will be substituted in the place of OH group. But this thionyl chloride is said to be the ideal method. Why the thionyl chloride is said to be the ideal method? Because it will give only sulfur dioxide and HCl. Since both of these products are easily escaped from the reaction medium, this is said to be the ideal method for preparing haloalkanes from alcohol. Remember, this method is not suitable for preparing any haloarenes. Why I am saying like this means, the haloalkane, the bonds will be quite stronger when compared with that of the haloalkane. So we can't use these reagents in preparation of haloarenes. Okay, shall we move on to the next one? This is the from alkanes. So this reaction you might learnt in your 11th standard, that is, take any alkane. Okay, I have taken here butane. So on treatment with the chlorine and in the presence of, that is H mu, what is this? That is sunlight. It gives mixture of alkyl halides. So what are the mixture? In this position a chlorine is substituted. Here also the halogen may be substituted. So this one I have written. In this atom also the chlorine can be substituted. Likewise the mixture of alkanes will be, mixture of haloalkanes will be formed by alkanes on treatment with the chlorine in the presence of sunlight. Okay, this is the next method. The third one is the ideal method, that is from alkenes. What are the alkenes? Alkenes are double bonded compounds. Okay, I am taken a alkene. What is this alkene? Butene, right? So on adding HCl to butene, I am going to get the haloalkanes. How I achieve the product? Because of the Markovnikov rules. What the Markovnikov rules say? The Markovnikov rules say the negative part of the addentum. What is mean by the addentum? That means the adding reagent. The negative part of the adding reagent usually add with the carbon atom which have least number of hydrogen atoms. So let me repeat the Markovnikov rules. The negative part of the adding reagent going to add with the least number of hydrogen atom, that will be the Markovnikov rules. Here we can find which is the negative part, HCl. This is the reagent I have taken, H plus Cl minus. So which will be the negative part? This is the negative part, and this negative part will choose the carbon atom which have least number of hydrogen atom. Here the carbon double bond is present between this carbon atom and this carbon atom. On comparing these two carbon atoms, we can simply say this carbon have only one hydrogen and this carbon have two hydrogen atoms. So the Cl prefer to add with the carbon atom to this because it have a least number of hydrogen atom. Shall we write the product? CH3, CH2 bond CH. This is the least number of hydrogen atom. So I am adding the chlorine with this. On addition of any reagent, the double bond will get broken. So CH2. This will be the product. This is of course going to be the major product. So there may be questions to you students, which will be the major product on this reagent. They may ask like this. So if you think what happens to if the addition of chlorine happens to this carbon atom, we can also write this CH3 CH2 bond CH2 bond CH2 Cl. So this can also happen, but this will be present in very minor proportions. Okay, I am repeating it. How this Markovnikov rules is working? The negative part of the addentum add to the carbon which is least in hydrogen atom, that is chlorine prefer to add in the carbon atom with the least number of hydrogen, and the hydrogen will add to the carbon atom which have greater number of hydrogen atom. This is the actual Markovnikov product, this one. Okay. The next thing, it is actually a test for unsaturation. What is unsaturation? That is a double bond or triple bond compounds are there, means we have a test to find out this. So that is, we are going to add bromine. So what is the reagent here? I have taken bromine is the reagent. On adding bromine to any unsaturated compound, the color of the bromine get faded or it will get converted to a white colored precipitate. Okay. What is the color of the bromine? The bromine is a brown colored corrosive liquid. This brown color get lost and adding to a unsaturated compounds. Here I have taken the butene. This is 2-butene. So in this 2-butene I am adding a bromine. So the bromine, one of the bromine will add to this carbon atom and another bromine will add to this carbon atom. So the product will be like this. As we discussed earlier, this particular compound have a halogens in the immediate neighbors. So this carbon atom have a halogen and the immediate next neighbor also having a halogen. If there is a dihalogen compounds like this, means we will call it as the vicinal. Here it is called as the vicinal dibromide compound. Shall we move to the next method, that is halogen exchange. So what is the exchange? Already it is the haloalkane, but we are going to replace the halogen with some other halogen, that is substitution of halogen is alone taking place. Here we are not generally manufacturing haloalkane from some other compound. So here we are taking the same alkyl halide on this we are treating another halogen to exchange with it. Here I have taken a haloalkane compound. In this haloalkane I have taken the reagent sodium iodide. On treatment with sodium iodide, this halogen will leave the group and this iodine will get substituted in the place of the halogen. So what I am getting here? I am getting iodoalkane, right? So this reaction is familiarly called as the Finn-Kulstin reaction. This reaction is called as the Finn-Kulstin reaction. It is one of the naming reaction just used for the preparation of iodoalkane. The next one is meant for the preparation of fluoroalkane. For fluoroalkane, this is the peculiar method available. Okay, CH3CH2 CH2Br, that is here the halogen may be chlorine, bromine or iodine. On treatment with silver bromide, this fluoride will enter the compound and the bromide or chloride or iodide, whatever the thing we have taken, that will leave us the leaving group. So the fluoride gets substituted in this, we are getting a fluoroalkane. The rest of the thing is added with that of the silver. But here we can have the bromine and chlorine as the halogen and only iodine can be substituted. Here the fluorine won't work. Okay. So moving to this equation is also called as the Schwarz reaction. For the preparation of iodoalkane, the reagent is sodium iodide and the reaction is said to be the Finn-Kulstin reaction. For the preparation of fluoroalkane, we are taking the reagent silver fluoride and the reaction is said to be the Schwarz reaction. Next we are moving to the haloarenes. So far we have seen with the so far we have seen only the haloalkanes. Now we are moving to the haloarenes. Here I have taken the toluene compound, that is if methyl group is substituted in the phenyl unit, we call it as the toluene. I am adding chlorine to along with the FeCl3. Here the FeCl3 acts as the chlorine supplier, it also acts as a Lewis acid. This reaction is the electrophilic substitution reaction. What is electrophil? Electron means negative, negative phil means loving. So negative loving, what will be the negative loving? Actually it is the positive charge one and it is going to added with some negative group. Okay, so electron loving means here consider all the arenes are electron rich. Is it? Because the arenes have alternative double bonds and single bonds, so these are electron rich, and in this electron rich ring we are going to substitute some other halogen into it by adding chlorine and FeCl3. Here this methyl group will behave as a ortho-para director. Do you remember this term? Ortho-para director means the one substituent which present in the ring, it will influence or direct the incoming group to either ortho position or para position. That is called as the ortho-para director. I am repeating. Ortho-para director means the substituent or group present in the ring will direct the incoming group to sit in its ortho or para position. Here it is the ortho-para director, we are having a ortho isomer and a para isomer. Here I am getting orthochlorotoluene and here I am getting parachlorotoluene. remember this ortho and parachlorotoluene both are the isomers, but they have a difference in their boiling point. Since they have difference in their boiling point, we can easily separate this orthoisomer and a para-isomer from each other. Remember, for preparing iodo substituents, okay, for having an iodo substituent or iodoarenes like this. For preparing iodoarenes, we can't use the FeCl3 or FeI3. Instead, we have to use iodine along with the HNO3. This is the reagent used for having a iodoarene groups. For preparing iodoarenes, we have to use iodine and HNO3 reagent. The next thing, we can't prepare any fluoroarene by this method. Remember, if it is not suitable for preparing any fluoroarenes, shall we move to the next one, that is from amines. Here the amine is aniline. That is, if a NH2 group is present in the benzene ring, then it is called as the common name is the aniline. Of course, it is the primary amine. This is the sodium nitrate. What is this salt called? The sodium nitrate. So, I am treating aniline with the sodium nitrate and I am taking some halogen acid and at a specific temperature 273 degrees Celsius to 278 degrees Celsius, approximately 0 to 5 degrees Celsius. What we are getting? Benzene diazonium chloride. This is diazonium. How we can know this? This is ammonium, right? NH4 plus is called as the ammonium, NH3 is called as the ammonia, NH2 is called as the amine, primary amine. This is ammonium. NH is called as the imine. If only N is present in an organic compound as a substituent of the amine group, then we call it as the azo. Since there are two azo groups in this, we can name it as benzene diazonium chloride. Okay. This benzene diazonium chloride in the next step added with the cuprous chloride. If I am taking the chlorine, means the thing we have to take is cuprous chloride. Suppose if we take hydrogen bromide here, means I will be getting benzene diazonium bromide, and I am and in the next step I have to treat it with the cuprous bromide. In the next step, this nitrogen will evolve as a gas, and what will be the remaining thing? Chlorine. Chlorine alone gets substituted in the ring. So, we are getting the chlorobenzene. This is also suitable for preparing bromobenzene. But remember, this is not working for the iodine group. For suppose if I am taking here hydrogen iodide and I am getting benzene diazonium iodide, in the second step I have to treat it with the potassium iodide, not with the cuprous iodide. Here cuprous iodide should not be used. Cuprous iodide should not be used. Instead, we have to use potassium iodide. On adding with the benzene diazonium iodide, I am getting iodobenzene. So, that is all of the preparation of haloalkanes and the haloarenes. In the next video session, we will be discussing the reactions of the haloalkanes and the haloarenes. Thank you.